All right, you two go over there and you two go that way. You find as much Morphex as you can and bring it back to me immediately. You got it? Unleash the beast. Stop right there, Blaze. Whatever you're doing, we're going to put an end to it. That's what you think, Rangers. Get out of my way, Tronic. That's what you think, Rangers. All right, we've bounced over there, so now let's go ahead and flip that to officially start the battle. Putting 2 in here, and I think we are okay for right now. Record Zord isn't going to do anything, but at least hopefully the Beast X King will help us with covering some type of X energy cost. Which right now, that's just backflip from Zoe, and I have rapid metabolism in order to stop any type of drain, which is great. Battle Force Technique, 2 Rangers, 1 card from 2 Rangers on the bottom, blah, 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 blah. Wish I had that in order to gain energy, but that's okay. And then Flicker Jab, 1 dice and 1 damage. I may remove 1 dice before I roll. Place this card on top of your deck instead of discarding it. I'm going to draw from Ravi, Beast X Cannon. Ooh, add a number of dice attack equal to the energy spent. If this attack defeats the target, deal 1 damage to each enemy card adjacent to it. Fantastic. We'll go 1. Another Flicker Jab, fantastic. That'll work well with the Wrecker Zord if I have it. Let's go with Zoe. Tornado Takedown. I like this card. There's another good one. 1 energy, 3 dice. Good. I got plenty of attacks here in order to be able to do something against Blaze. Speaking of which, what do you got? If you remember from my breakdown, Blaze has some pretty nasty cards. So first we have Morphex Raid. Drain 2 energy, deal an amount of damage to each ranger equal to the number of undefeated foot soldiers in this battle. That is 4 right now. Great. Fast Guard. Can't guard a guard, but it is fast. Deal 3 damage to 2 rangers. Pretty much is what that reads in this case. Another Morphex Raid, can't guard a guard, and we finally have Spiteful Slash. Deal 2 damage to the ranger with the most cards in their deck and increase that by 1 for every card in their deck. Okay, so at least it's at the end and I could deal with it then. And we have 4 Tronics at the end, which the first 3 cards are guarded, so it really shouldn't be that bad. Fast Guard Scattershot, which we're familiar with. A Cyber Slash, which is fine. Another Cyber Slash. Come on, give me a 2, give me a 2, give me a 2. And, okay, wow, that's fun. So really, the way that this works, Scattershot is guarding Spiteful Slash right here. Morphex Raid and Morphex Raid are both guarding these Cyber Slashes. And that's fine, because as far as I'm concerned, that I can deal with them, what is it? These I can deal with later once I get, well, technically also, this is guarding over here. So even if I get rid of this, this guy will guard that way. And also technically this guy guards over here. See, this is the perfect thing for these tokens. So you know where the guards are, where they line up with each card. And so you know where to remove them once you start defeating enemies. However, Blaze will get his first attack here, deal 3 damage to each of the half the rangers in battle. So 3 goes to Ravi and 3... Zoe doesn't have a lot of cards in her deck, but I'm going to have her take 3 damage. So Rapid Metabolism and then Rapid Punch. So there we go. So that goes on the bottom. She still has 3 cards in her deck. Here we go, Ravi. What do we got? What do we got? First one, Heavy Throw. When this card is sent, another ranger may draw from cards. I don't really care. And then we have 1 damage to an enemy card of my choice. That I can work with. Unfortunately, both of these do go to the discard pile. Let's go ahead and use Ravi's right now so I can at least do 2 damage to 2 cards of my choice. And she should have had her token back, but I'm going to take it away right now because I am going to draw. You know what? No, I'm not going to draw yet. I'm going to wait a little bit in order to draw to gain the energy back when I draw a card a little bit later. But I do have 2 damage that I could put on 2 different things. It's actually 2 cards of my choice that I get to do this. I'm actually going to put 1 on Morphex Raid, so at least that only does 3 damage. And I'll probably put another one on Spiteful Slash. Yeah, we're going to do that. Yes, actually, that's exactly what we're going to do. So now it is the Ranger's turn. I'm going to actually target this second Morphex Slash here because I'm going to go ahead and do Beast X Cannon. Add a number of dice to this attack equal to the energy spent on this card. If it defeats an enemy, I can deal 1 damage to an adjacent card, to each adjacent card, which is awesome. And I'm going to go ahead and activate the Beast X King Zord to make this a 5 dice attack going up against that Morphex Raid. And I'll show you why I'm doing that one once I should defeat it. At least I hope I will. Come on, come on. All right, I just need 3 damage. I just need 3 damage. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got all 5 damage, which is fine. But you know what? Whatever. I still beat it. That was the point. Sorry, it had 4. Whatever. It doesn't matter. So I've defeated Morph X Raid, which is great. So this is gone. Boom. This guard is gone from there. And then I can deal a damage here. I can deal a damage here. And I can deal a damage here. That's fine. Now, Morph X Raid is going to go. Well, let me put this back first. I'm going to draw from Devin. So I get Unleash the Beast, which is great. I drew a card, so now I'm going to do that. I'll take away from Zoe here, and we'll go ahead and put that there. So now Morph X Raid goes. Drain 2 energy. This is still something that drains, so, oh, I forgot. These are actually removed because I did the recharge. I forgot about that, but one's going to end up going back anyway because no matter what, it's a drain that's going to activate. I believe that happens. Even if I manage to stop the drain, the card still resolves. So it's dealing an amount of damage to each ranger equal to the number of undefeated foot soldiers in this battle. That's terrible because that still is 4. But I think I should be able to hold out because at least that drain I can get rid of with rapid metabolism. Play this card when an enemy drains, prevent up to 3 drain, and gain 1 energy. Again, I don't know if there was an errata on this that would possibly stop damage as well, but at the very least, the card stops all the drain, and we gain an energy. So that's fantastic. So we're just going to put that right in here. So that's 4 damage. 4 damage is going after Zoe. So just to let you know, I'm going to use backflip right now. I'm going to spend 2 energy to do her backflip, which reduces the damage by twice the amount of energy spent. So 4 goes to 0, and we gain an energy back. Man, Zoe, you are fantastic at dodging things. I mean, it makes sense. She's a rabbit, right? Anyway, we'll have Devin then have to take his 4. So that's 1, 2, 3. Man, Unleash the Beast goes on the bottom. And here we go, Ravi. Let's do this. Gain an energy for 1, 2. Deal a damage for 3, and X-Beast Blaster is gone for 4. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and drop this right here on the Morph X Raid. I got to get rid of this Scatter Shot in order to get rid of this. I probably should have beaten this one first in order to open up me being able to fight Spiteful Slash. Actually, no. I'm going to do this. I'm going to move this over here to Spiteful Slash. And for the Morph X Raid, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go Unleash the Beast. So now it is our turn. So this is the second card that we're going to be playing. This is our turn right here. Unleash the Beast, 1 energy, 2 dice. After you resolve this attack, another ranger may discard 1 card from their hand to perform an attack of 2 dice. So I'm going 2 dice and 2 dice against Morph X Raid. Just to let you know, I am going to discard, I'm going to discard the Flicker Jab. So I need 3 damage over 2 rolls. So the first roll gets me 1. So now I need 2 damage, which is right there. And there's my 3. All right, fantastic. So I did need to discard that card. All right, well, as long as I did it, that's what matters. Okay, so I did my damage to this. This one is defeated, which is great, fine, and dandy. This guard is now taken off. Both of these are going to go to the discard pile. I am not going to draw anything right now. No, I'm not going to draw anything right now. But what I am going to do, now is the time to activate the Record Sword. Exhaust this card at any time. Up to 3 different rangers may each reveal 1 card from their hand. If at least 1 copy of that card is in the discard pile, they may place that card on top of their deck. I have Battleforce Technique, Tornado Takedown, and Flicker Jab. So that's discarded pile. That's from the discarded pile. And that's from the discarded pile. All of these go back on top of their deck, so I don't have to worry about putting them back in later. I'm going to take my hand back. This goes to the side because we've used it. Blaze is then going to go. He's not going to do anything. For the Ranger's turn here, I realized that that is still guarded. I was actually going to use my Flicker Jab and just do my 1 point of damage against this to beat it, but I need to defeat Scattered Shot. So I'm going to have to go ahead and use my Tornado Takedown, as it's one of my few attacks that I have, spend the energy, 3 dice in order to go after Scatter Shot right here, but at least then I can draw a card afterwards. So we're going to spend the energy. I forgot from Unleash the Beast, and this is the one from Tornado Takedown, by the way. Let's see if we can do about beating that Scatter Shot. Shouldn't be a problem. Here we go, Zoe. Here we go. There it is. There you go. Good girl. Wow, smacking around with that sword. Insane. Again, I don't want to forget to put this on here from the 1 drain that even though we prevented it, it still was something that activated. So I would say based on the rules that Matt wrote, that would still go onto the board. Now then, we did the tornado takedown. We defeated this scatter shot. So that's gone. That's gone as well. I can draw from somebody. I'm going to draw from Devin because I know it's another flicker jab. So I'm going to hold on to that for right now. And then this goes away and Spiteful Slash unfortunately goes. Deal 2 damage to the Ranger with the most cards in their deck. Increase that damage by 1 for each card in that deck. That unfortunately is Zoe. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Oof, going at Zoe. Well, now's a better time than any. Let's go ahead and use Quick Wits. Once per battle, when any Ranger suffers damage, you may draw 1 card. If you do, reduce that damage by the number of shields on that card. So, Devin draws Accelerate, which is good to add another dice to an attack, and that would be 2 less damage, so she's taking 4 damage. Of course, now I don't have anything to block the damage, but what can you do? Tornado Takedown, as we know, for 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, well, at least she still has 2 cards in her deck. Now it's the Ranger's turn again. I can actually get rid of one of these Tronics. I got to add that to the board as well, which I'm going to do right now off camera that you didn't see, but it is there. Now again, it's the Ranger's turn, and I'm going to play a Flicker Jab, and I'm going to remove 1 dice from this attack before rolling, and then I can place this on top of my deck instead of discarding it. That 1 damage is going to go over here to the Spiteful Slash, defeat it, and that's going to be that. So now I have several turns in order to be able to take this thing down. So that goes. I'm going to draw from Ravi and hope that, oh no, it's not. It's going to be, okay, Battle Force Technique. Actually, I'm probably going to use this maneuver card for the Ranger's turn now in order to kind of prevent something. Here we go. I'm going to Flicker Jab. I'm going to Flicker Jab. I'm going to go after this Scatter Shot so at least I can beat it. And then once I do that, then I can play some maneuvers in order to kind of bounce down this way and then hopefully get some cards on top of my deck to really beat this card. Just need 1. I just need 1. Thank you. Thank you for just the 1. Because Flicker Jab did 1 damage and then 1 damage as well. This is a guarded card, so that is defeated. This can go away. I am not going to draw anything because I'm afraid to draw anything right now. So that's going to go into the discard pile. This is going to resolve. The Rangers are going to go, and I'm going to play my first of my 2 Battle Force techniques. Choose 1 card from 2 different Rangers, place that card on top of their respective decks. I'm putting Overheat on top of Ravi, and I'm putting Unleash the Beast on top of Devon. But because I played a card from Ravi, I'm going to draw Unleash the Beast into my hand. So that's how that works. Cyber Slash goes, deal 3 damage unless a Ranger discards 1 card from their hand to prevent it. I'm not going to bother with that. Instead, we're just going to go right over here to Ravi because we know that's Overheat. He tanks it, and that's fine. I'm then going to play Accelerate, follow immediately into Unleash the Beast. So this is going to be a 3 dice attack. And then if I want to, I can discard my other Battle Force technique to be able to do Shockwave Kick. So that's kind of in order to be able to defeat Shockwave Kick. Yes, I have Cyber Slash left, which does 3 damage, but I'll be fine taking that. And then from there, at least I know Blaze is defeated. All right, so here we go. We got 3 dice. This is the first attack from Unleash the Beast. 3 dice because of the Accelerate. 2 dice plus 1 gives me 3 damage. So he has 3 damage. I'm going to take my Battle Force technique. I'm going to discard that card to do a 2 dice attack. I need 2 damage in order to defeat it. And there it is. Fantastic. Oh, that's 5 damage to Blaze. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. That's defeated. Blaze is gone. These are all removed. What I am going to do is Zoe only has 2 cards in her discard pile. I'm just going to draw 1. Beast X Blaster, doesn't really matter. And then this Cyber Slash is going to go deal 3 damage unless a Ranger discards 1 card from their hand to prevent it. I'm not going to bother. What I'm going to do is we're going to let this resolve. And then Zoe's going to take the hit with only 2. So she is effectively knocked out. This thing has knocked her down for good. Another one of these guys actually comes away, doesn't really matter. But that's going to be fine because she's going to be able to power up at the beginning of, well, once this battle ends. And quite frankly, now that that's happened, I don't have any more cards in my hand. I don't have any other ways to draw because I haven't been able to do anything else. No other enemies are going to go. The battle is officially over. So boom, we've defeated 2 of them, which is great. Blaze has been beaten, which is awesome. Everybody does take 1 damage, though, at the end of the round. I forgot about that. Again, this could be awful. Beast X is gone. He still has 1 card, so he's not defeated. And Ravi, overheat. Yay, he has 2 cards. Good for him. 1, 0, 1, 2. And with that, Blaze has been taken down. This comes out of here. Oh, Rangers, you won't hear the last from me. He zips away. And these guys just kind of bloop right out of existence as well. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this and head on over. Well, we're going to head to the power board first, and then we're going to head to the big board. So with Blaze beaten, we'll be able to get ourselves another Zord. Unfortunately, one of these back to actions has been destroyed, so we have 3 lives left. Blaze went bump, 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 all the way around. So we are now at level 3, and our next Zord added to the list is, the Wrecker Zord. Exhaust this card at any time. Move up to 2 foot soldiers from any location to an outer location of your choice. Oh, that's cool. So I'll be able to kind of move things around and whatnot. We'll see how it goes next round. Why do I have 1 left? There we go. I have 3. See how things go next round if I need to move anybody around. But that also means that I have another, action token right here because we defeated Blaze. So he gave me another action token. So I'm going to immediately use that action token to recharge Devin and Ravi at least a little bit. Zoe is fully powered up, so she has all of her cards back in her deck. Devin is going to get Flicker Jab, Beast X Blaster, and Unleash the Beast for 6 shields back into his deck. He still has a lot more in his discard pile. And then Ravi gets 2 Gorilla Smashes, a Heavy Throw, and a Battle Force Technique back into his deck. Again, he still has a lot in his discard pile as well, but we'll worry about that when we get to the next round. Which we might as well go ahead and do that right now. We have finished this round up. We are at Cat's Lab. We'll see how it goes for the deployment phase for round 3. Flip these all face up. I'm not going to even bother with the Wheel of Zord to move things around right now. I'd rather wait until next round in order to do that, because I don't know where characters are going to fall, where enemies are going to drop. I'd rather wait for it in order to see what I can do to not panic an area, rather than wasting it now and then just foot soldiers going to places that I don't want them to go. So that's good. That's there. Let's put these back on our heroes and get ourselves back up to the main board. We got the King, we got the Zord Wrecker, and we got the Wheeler Zords. 2 more Zords, and then the Megazord. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so before we head into round 3, there's a few things I do want to mention. For one, Miss Zoe is back from being knocked out. Sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes that's a valid strategy in order to just tank a hit and go down and use 1 of your lives in order to protect your other Rangers and everything like that. Devin and Ravi still need to heal a bit, which I may do. It really all depends on what the draws are going to be for this particular round, but we'll see where everybody lands before I figure out if I want to recharge them now or in a little bit. The other thing is I decided to use the Wheeler Zord before ending that round. I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? This makes more sense. So I exhausted it and I took these 2 guys, whoosh, and we moved them down to the cyber dimension, because I can move up to 2 foot soldiers from one location to another. And the reason I'm doing that is because the research lab hasn't shown up much so far with my deployment, so I want to make sure that if anything deploys here, there's room enough for stuff to go. So 4 can fit here, and 4 can fit here, and 5 can fit here, and 5 can fit here. So that's a pretty good divvying out the current foot soldiers on the board. In addition to that, Matt actually had another rule in his scenario that I forgot to mention with Blaze, and that would be if your team did not beat Blaze, what would happen is he would run away. So he would run to the next available section clockwise that was not at its figure limit. So if he was over here and we only defeated, say, 3 out of his 4 cards we defeated, and there was like 1 other guy here, Blaze would then jump over to whatever the next available section was. So it would be the cyber dimension. The foot soldiers would stay here, but then the panic token that was here would be gone. However, keep in mind, when he would move over here, that panic token would come here. It would then get one of those MorphX, what do I call them? MorphX Surge tokens or whatever. And then a second one because he was here. So that is something to keep in mind for a little bit later, especially this round when we have another set of monsters that are going to be deployed. Speaking of which, let's head on over to the board and see where things go. All right, first is a single Bluehead Crybot heading to the Cyber Dimension. Go figure that it heads here after I just move those guys over the side. But hey, you know what? That's fine. It would give me more of a reason to go here as well, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4 experience, which is absolutely amazing. Next we have, see? Oh, this is actually where we are. 3 Tronics right in Cat's lab. Ooh, that's interesting. Wow, they just kind of reappeared right here, and now we have a little bit of everybody all around the board. This makes me think, do I want to just stay here and clear them out? Again, it depends on where the final monster draw goes. Next in our lineup happens to be 2 regular Crybots to Piggy's Cafe. So far as no one's going to the research lab. You clear the cafe and they always seem to go right back to it. I guess he has some pretty good stuff there. I can't imagine what Piggy's serving in that weird trailer of his, but hey, if these robots like it, then good on them. Draw number 4, draw number 4. Here we are. No, here we are, literally. They're coming to where we are at Cat's lab. Oh man, that's gonna panic the location too. So these 2 are gonna go right here to Cat's lab. So that panics the location because it's at its figure limit. And then it also puts like a Morphex surge there as well, because you put one down when the whole area panics. Now I got to figure out if I really want to stay here and clear out some guys or not. I don't like that it's panicked either. There is only one more round after this, but you know, we got to see what happens. 2 Crybots and going to the cyber dimension. Oh man, you guessed it. Blaze and Roxy. Blaze looks tired from running from you when suddenly you are struck by a laser blast causing an explosion. Oh, where did that come from? When the smoke clears, Cyber Roxy approaches. I heard you were doing something fun, so I thought I'd join you, she says to Blaze. If you insist, is his response. Let's go, come on. I'm actually surprised. I am out of Crybots. I need to put 2 Crybots here, so that's 1. I'm going to take this from the research lab and we're going to put this over here. I will put a Tronic up here though, just to show that someone's there. I'm really kind of surprised I'm running out of these, but regardless of anything, because it's a double monster, they do count as 1 figure. So it's fine because these 2 would then go here. And even though there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 models here, these 2 count as 1. So it is my full complement of 6. So that's actually pretty lucky right there. Unfortunately, though, it does panic, as you would figure. It gets 1 of those Morphex surges, and because 2 monsters dropped in, each one gets 1 as well. Now, there are special rules when it comes to defeating 2 monsters. Whenever I fight them, I would draw 2 of each of their cards, and then I would just need to defeat 2 cards in order to beat them. I can beat them individually, so that means I can I could beat Roxy, for example, and get her out of there, and then I would just have to worry about Blaze, but I would still only need to beat 2 of his cards. I do have to then figure out, worried about these guys as they're running around as well. This is not fun to have here either, so I think what I'm going to do, I hate the fact that this is panic. I really do. You know what, let me think about this one moment. Okay, yeah, so this is what I'm going to do. I am going to do that move. I'm going to take one of my things and move my 3 guys over here. Cyber Dimension is going to get very, very packed very fast. And then I'm going to take that recharge action for Devin and Ravi, because that'll at least, I can give them 5 apiece instead of 6, and then get rid of at least 2 of these here, so I don't have to worry about taking too much damage at the very end of the battle. I'll do the fight, and then I'll still be here. So that's 1, recharge for 2, fight for 3. I'll still have 3 actions left over to recharge and fight again if I need to, and move actually as well, because just like with Blaze from round 1, if I don't beat these 2 in that round, they would then move to the next available section together, and the panic token would come with them at least. The good thing though is, if I defeat 1, then they're still going to move, but I'll at least only have to worry about 1 at the same time. But again, as they move around, every time they land in a new spot, it panics, and these tokens come into play. So there we go. That's what I'm doing. We're going to move on over to the cyber dimension. We're going to do the recharge for Devon and Ravi. Battleforce Technique and Beast X Cannon are going to go back for Ravi. So that's 1 less shield, so I can get rid of one of those Morphex like surge tokens. And then I'm going to do a Flicker Jab, Accelerate, and a Lightning Reflex for Devon. Try to get as many cards into his deck as possible. But again, 5, so this way I can use one of those in order to get rid of another one of those tokens. With that said, why don't we go ahead and flip this in order to just refill our shared pool and zoom on into the cyber dimension and start this fight. You know, we were just here and it felt like there was a lot more space to move around. You know what, guys? You're right. Let's go ahead and clear some paths here. Bring it, Rangers. We're going to take you down. That's right. You're going to step in front of me. You'll never know what hit you. Okay, 0 cards in hand. I'm going to go ahead and draw for my Rangers first. We're going to start with Zoe. So we got Rapid Metabolism. Fantastic. Stopping a drain. I love it. And some Rabid Punches. Nice that there's an attack. Let's go to Unleash the Beast. Fantastic. From Devon. We'll get a second one from Devon. Accelerate. Oh, this is turning out so good. Come on, come on, come on. Something good, something good. Gorilla Smash. Not exactly what I wanted. I'd rather that have been on top of Ravi's deck for like defensive purposes, but that's okay. Battle Force Technique. Choose 1 card from... Okay, you know what? So then I can use Gorilla Smash in order to do the thing, and then Battle Force Technique to throw it back on top. That'll be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go with Zoe for 7. Ooh, Beast X Spin Saber. So I do have an X here. Add a number of dice attack equal to the amount of energy spent. If you spend at least 3, return this card to your hand. Nice. So good. So good. Why don't we go ahead and do Roxy first up here? You can do either one in any order. So I'm going to go ahead and just put 2 down for Roxy and then 2 down for Blaze. Remember, we need to defeat 2 of their cards in order to officially defeat them. Hopefully we could do that here within this battle. So first one we have Double Chain Guns. Fast, deal 2 damage to 2 different Rangers twice. That's annoying. And then Heartbreaker. Fast, guard, deal 2 or drain 2 energy, deal 2 damage to a single Ranger twice. Oh boy, here we go. Here comes the drain. All right, Blaziken, let's see what you can kick up here. Your first one is the Spiteful Slash. That's fine. At least it's not guarded. And the second one is Crimson Sword. That's his like power weapon. It's fast, so it goes right up here. Each Ranger must search their deck for all... Oh no. All cards with 3 shields and discard them? Oh, that's bad. All right, guarding wise, this goes here and this goes here. So Heartbreaker is definitely the one that I need to take out anyway, especially because it does a drain. I don't want that to happen. And I believe that as long as the drain doesn't happen, those... oh, I forgot to take these away. I keep forgetting to do that. But the tokens will not go in so long as the drain doesn't happen. I think I put it down in the last round anyway, even though I stopped the drain. So that's... I'm going to go with that from now on. But Crimson Sword... Oh, no. This does not go first because we have to put down some foot soldiers. Let's just go all 4 Crybots. I kind of just want to thin the herd that way. As much as I would love to get a blue head on there for additional experience, I think it's just best to try to knock out as many of these guys as possible. All right, guard, deal 2 damage. That's fun. Guard, deal 2 damage. Okay. Unworldly Shot. Half of the Rangers' battle, so that's 2. Must discard the bottom half of their bottom cards of their deck, and another Unworldly Shot. So this guard right here is really annoying. Because right now it's guarding this way, and then this guard is right here. These are not guarded because you don't guard a guard. So I got to get rid of this card, but I can't get rid of that card yet. I have to get rid of this card first in order to be able to get to the chain guns because nothing else is guarded from there. At least I got 2 health cards here, so those should be easy to take down. Some quick experience that way, clear out the area a bit, but I need to get rid of all this first. However, speaking of firsts, Crimson Sword goes. Now I have to search through the decks and find all of the 3 shield cards. For Devon, that's Unleash the Beast. I'm glad at least I have one in my hand. I can use the Wrecker Zord to pull it back. For Zoe, it's both backflips, so she loses both of those. And then Overheat and the Beast X Cannon, which I just got for Ravi. And this is already in his discard pile, so I can't even pull either of these back. Ah, dang it, Blaze. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and do this. We're going to accelerate right now, and then we're going to go ahead and do Gorilla Smash, because I kind of want to get that into my discard pile so I can play Battle Force Technique and get it back on top. Anyway, so this is going to add 1 dice to this attack. So it's going to be a 1 energy, 4 dice attack, and we are going to be going after Heartbreaker because I'm hoping to be able to get 5 health. It's kind of a whatever. We'll see how it works, crossing fingers, and then we'll go from there. So we'll spend the energy here, and There's nothing really else that I can do right now. We're not drawing any cards, so I can't get any energy back. None of these guys really help for dealing damage. So let's just roll some dice and see if we get lucky. If I don't end up defeating her, at least I can stop the drain with Zoe's card. And it looks like we did 3 damage to her. Yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 3 right here on the Heartbreaker. We've used both of these, so those will go to the discard pile. I will draw from Zoe just to get that into my hand. Hey, Rapid Metabolism, beautiful. I'm going to just leave that right here, actually. It's in my hand, but now it's not, because Heartbreaker is going to go. It's going to drain 2 energy, but because I'm playing Rapid Metabolism, I prevent up to 3 drains, so none of this triggers, and we gain an energy. So I gain the energy back that I used from, Ravi's attack, which is awesome. However, I get to deal 2 damage to a single ranger twice. Yeah, that's gonna go on Ravi. Okay, here we go. So 2 damage twice. So the first set of 2 damage, Gorilla Smash, that's actually really good. We're gonna leave that right there. And so it would be 1 more damage, and this is revealed. I don't really want to draw any cards, so that'll go down. So now we're doing the next 2 damage, which is right here. I don't really want to draw multiple cards, but at least that'll be fine. I have 2 cards left in Ravi's deck. And I'm going to go ahead and use his special ability and trigger that Gorilla Smash again. So now I get to do 2 damage to a card of my choosing. And I'm definitely just going to put the 2 right here. Boom, boom. And we take out the first card for Roxy, which also drops the guard over here and over here, meaning that for this turn, we're going to be able to go ahead and try to take out this double chain gun right here. Awesome. Sounds good. And what are we going to use to take that down? But the Beast X Spin Saber. I'm going to go ahead and use the Beast X King Zord here to exhaust it in order to spend 3 energy in order to power this up. So I'll be spending 3 energy on this. So this is going to be a 5 dice attack. And because I spent at least 3 energy on it, this card is going to return to my hand instead of discarding it, which I'm hopefully going to then use on the next turn for Spiteful Slash. So that's exhausted here. That's 5 dice. Let's go, girl. Hit it. Come on. Come on, come on, swing that sword, baby. Get her, get her, get her. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, yeah. So now what's awesome about this is that this is officially defeated, and that means we have taken down Roxy. And she is just falling over and out of the battle completely because we've taken down 2 of her cards, and that's all we need to do. But now we have to defeat Blaze, which is now going to be these cards. However, I do need to get rid of this cannon fodder at some point so I can start being able to hit this. I spent 3 energy on this, so you come back, and I am going to draw. I'm going to draw from Devon to get a Flicker Jab. All right, cool, awesome. I'm actually going to use Zoe's ability right here in order to add an energy to this because I just drew a card. So, Beast X King Zord use. Can I do anything with the Wrecker Zord? I can, but not yet. At least I want to wait till I have at least 1 other card in my hand from Ravi's deck, even though he only has 2 cards anyway. So, with that said, it is our turn once again, and I think I'm going to play the Beast X Spin Saber again, and I'm going to use how much energy? So definitely 3, so we'll take 3 energy away right here. So now that's a 5 dice attack. I really want to beat that Spiteful Slash. I'm going to have Zoe just use hers anyway. Okay, so that's fine. So we're going to add 4 dice to the attack. It's normally a 2 dice attack, so now it's a 6 dice attack. And I'm going to go after that Spiteful Slash because I really need to defeat it in order to start getting rid of Blaze. And I know that the other card has 6 health on it, but I think I can beat that through the process of just kind of beating the foot soldiers little by little. Doing 4 damage with 6 dice really is not that difficult. And should happen, right? Oh man, I mean, that's great. That's fantastic. But this is what I would have rather had going up against Blaze's other card. That's all right. As long as I know that the Spiteful Slash is gone, that's what matters. Okay, so that's gone. This comes back to my hand. Was this turn? No, I think this should have went already. So this was our turn right here. Yeah. Okay, I forgot to flip Roxy's card after we defeated it. That's good. So that was our turn right here. We did that. So now Blaze goes. Again, got to keep track of this. So we go again. So whatever I play, I need to go after cannon fodder in order to get rid of it. So this way I can start getting at that crimson sword. I'm going to use rabbit punch because I don't want to spend any energy right now. So it's a 2 dice attack. And then after this attack resolves, I can draw 1 card and then I can do a single dice attack. So it's 3 dice against cannon fodder. So in theory, I should be able to do it no problem. Let's see what we can do with the first 2 dice. And then if we need to, roll a 3rd dice. All right, we're looking for 3 health in total. She's okay. All right, so I'm not even going to draw a card for Zoe because, I can perform a 2nd attack. So you know what? Yes. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a card. So we'll draw another rabbit punch. Beautiful. And then I'm just going to take this and do no damage to whatever it is I was aiming at. All right, whatever. That's fine. Ideally, I was aiming at this other cannon fodder here. Not that I would be able to beat it, but I could weaken it a little bit, but that's fine. So this cannon fodder is defeated. This guard is gone. This also means something really good. Let's first take away this guy. And then you can go to the discard pile. I'm going to draw. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Both my guys are losing a lot of health here. X-Beast Blast. That's great. That's good. I'm going to hold on to that. Let's head over to the power board real quickly. Technically, after beating Roxy, I was able to gain 3 experience over here. And then that other Crybot that I just beat gave me my 6. So we're going to go ahead and say back to 0. We are now on our Zord level 4. Outstanding. And we get, the Chopper Zord. Exhaust this card to allow any rangers to shuffle their hand into their deck. That ranger may then draw up to 5 cards. So basically it's a reset of cards in your hand. Ravi would be really good at that in order to, if there's anything in his hand that I don't want to be there and rather than be in defense, that is awesome. But that's not going to help me at all for this battle whatsoever. Now I got to figure out what I want to do. All right, so the Crybot goes, and now what I'm going to do is Battleforce technique right here. So I get to choose 1 card from 2 different rangers and place them on top of their respective decks. So I'm going to take a backflip and I'm going to put that on top of Zoe, and I'm going to take this overheat and I'm going to put it on top of Ravi. So this way, this maneuver is done. That's gone. I am then going to draw. I'm just going to draw from Devon. He's going to be my attacker. Flicker jab. Okay, so this shouldn't be so hard for, I hope not at least. We'll see how it happens. But now that was a maneuver that went, cannon fodder goes and it just deals 2 damage. I just pick a ranger and they get dealt 2 damage, which is going to be Zoe. So we'll have her take her 3 right here and go to the bottom as we know it is. So she's good. Actually, in response to this 2 damage here, I would have played Rapid Metabolism. Yes, I don't get the drainage or whatever, but it does say I can play this when an enemy card drains or deals damage. Prevent up to 3 drain, doesn't really matter, but at least I gain another energy. I need that energy right now because I'm going to use it in order to try to beat that Crimson Sword. So we'll just add that energy to the pool. And I'm actually going to draw, because I played that card, I'm going to draw from Robbie that Rapid Metabolism to put Overheat on top of, or to take it into my hand. Which then means I'm going to go ahead and use the Wrecker Zord just to kind of get some better stuff back on top, because I do have an Overheat in my discard pile. So that's the one in my hand. That's the one in my discard pile. So this is the one that's going to go on top of Ravi's deck. Unleash the Beast in my hand. Unleash the Beast that's going back on top of my deck. And then Rabbit Punch in my hand with Rabbit Punch going back on top of my deck. So getting all 3 of them, at least 1 card from the discard pile to the top of their deck to do something is absolutely amazing. Now I get to take my turn. The Spin Sword right here has been really good, the Spin Saber, and I have exactly 3 energy left between the one on Ravi, the one on Devon, and the one in the pool. So I'm going to go ahead and spend that to do a 5 dice attack against the Crimson Sword. And then if I don't defeat it, my next turn, I'm just going to play the Spin Saber as is without spending any energy in order to do a 2 dice attack against the Crimson Sword. So that's kind of the goal right now, is just to deal as much damage to this thing as possible and get rid of it. Yes, I do have the 2 Crybots over here that are just going to be annoying because they're going to discard the bottom cards of a lot of Rangers decks. But at the very least, no one should go out of the game because of that. And if they do, then I'll figure it out from there. All right, this is a 5 dice attack. Let's see if we can get the most out of this right now. So Here we go. Ooh, there we are. That's nice. All right, so I did 4 damage to that card. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. I'm not going to draw any cards because all my other cards are very low right now, but this does go back to my hand, which is awesome. Underworld Shot goes, which again, half the Rangers in this battle, so that's 2 Rangers, much east discard the bottom card of their deck. It's not damage, so I can't reduce it by anything. It's just a bad thing that's now happening. We'll take the bottom of Zoe's, which is the backflip. I figured as much. And we'll go with Ravi just because it's there. This is, again, not for defense, so it doesn't really matter. So the heavy throw is gone. Tell you what, let's just do the rabbit punch right here. The rabbit punch. I keep saying a different word for it. Rabbits. Whatever, doesn't matter. 0 cost, so I don't have to worry about energy. 2 dice, I can then draw a card, and Zoe can draw the card in her hand, which is fine, to perform a 1 dice. So in a sense, 3 dice that I just need to get 2 damage for in order to finally beat that Crimson Sword. I would have loved to have been able to defeat some foot soldiers, but you know what? That's just not in the cards right now. All right, so that's 1. And then we're going to go ahead and do a single dice after I draw. Oh, sweet. Oh, good. Oh, my God. I was really, really nervous right there. What did I draw, by the way? I drew another rabbit punch. Fun. Grand. I love Zoe. She is so amazing. So, boom goes the dynamite there for the Crimson Sword. So that is gone. We did that. So now we've officially defeated both Blaze and Roxy, which is amazing. Get them out of here. This goes to the discard pile. Unfortunately, Underworld Shot goes. I got to do that again. Literally, Devin and Ravi both have only 1 card in their deck, so we'll drop those there. And Lightning Reflexes and Battle Force Technique both go to their discard pile. They each have 1 card left in their decks. You know what? I think I actually am going to use my Flicker Jab. We do have 1 more turn right here at the end. It is the Ranger's final turn of the battle. I do 1 guaranteed damage to it. There's nothing guarding it, so I can aim for it. I have 1 dice for the attack. I'm just going to roll it right here, and boom, it does the damage. And I get at least a little bit of a wish by getting 1 more foot soldier added to the mix, which is great. Come here, come off. But not that it matters anyway, because with both of the generals gone, these guys are like, oh, we better get out of here. Run, run, run. Where are you going? Get back here, my troops. Unpanicked. And now, unfortunately, my Rangers will all be suffering 1 damage at the end of this battle. All right, so we have Ravi and Devin right here. Again, the last cards in their deck, both 3 shields, so they are safe. Thank God I actually used those recharges to get rid of that stuff. And oh, goodbye, Beast X Blaster. That's fun. But that does it. That finishes up this battle. That finishes up round 3 against the bosses that have spawned. I still have several, actions to use. I got to figure out where I want to go and what I want to use them on. First thing I know what I'm going to do is I gain 3 experience for beating Blaze, and then I gain 1 experience for that one, Tronic that I happen to beat. I'm very close right now to getting my 5th and final Zord. I really should consider doing that before moving on, going somewhere, clearing out some enemies, and then hopefully getting more experience, and then getting that final Zord. I was really hoping I'd be able to make it to the Megazord based on the way things are going, but first things first, we do gain our 7th and final action, which is great. And then I'm going to just immediately use 2 actions right now to do a double recharge. Who am I going to go with? It's going to be Zoe Ravi and then Devin Ravi. So Devin is going to get 1, Zoe's going to get 1, and Ravi's going to get a 12 shield recharge. All right, so the 6 shields for Zoe are the Rapid Metabolisms and her Rabbit Punch. So those 3 are going to go back into her deck. Devin gets 2 Accelerate and 2 Lightning Reflexes, so at least that's some defense and then energy gain as well. And of course, Ravi gets the most stuff, the Beast X Blaster, X Cannon, Gorilla Smash, Battle Force Technique, 2 of those, and a Heavy Throw for 12 shields in total. Fantastic. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move to Cat's Lab, and while I'm over there, I'm going to activate the Wheeler Zord before I do the fight in order to toss 2 of those guys from Cat's lab over to the cyber dimension. So that way it lowers the count by 2, and I only have to worry about defeating 3 enemies in that spot in order to not only unpanic it, but then also to get that final Zord.